Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything amazing, spectacular Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only Master Propaganda, your Lord and Master of King of Kings, accept no substitutes, off here to a 1v1 on Amilly Fields in the northeast, Tonkatsu, fighting for the Oberkommando West, Germany, Deutschland. Here with the 10th Panzerdivision with Luftwaffe Ground Forces, Overwatch and Elite Armor. In the south, it is Angreifen, fighting for the army of the Soviet Union. Comrade Stalin here with the 5th Mechanized Corps featuring Guard Motor, Guard Rifle and Airborne Troops. Got a Volkskriegs Kuban start there for Tonkatsu. Conscripts for Angreifen with a Special Rifle Command start. And also very, very big thanks to Everlance's very generous, gloriously so, donation to the Propagandacaster supporting me and the war effort. Big thanks to Everlance. Other people can join in his heroic example by donating as well. They can pledge on Patreon. Links in the description. Also, comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button. With those messages out of the way, we got the Sturmpionier heading eastwards, Volkswagen westwards, Kubelwagen out there for Tonkatsu, continuing eastwards there. Special Rifle out there likely indicates to go for a scout car or possibly a sniper here versus Tonkatsu's gone straight here for Overwatch with Jaegers. Early warning systems for the Fatherland, Howitzer, and the Sector Assault ability versus Angreifen's Guard Motor with the T-35s, Heavy Mortars, Guard Rifle Infantry, Vehicle repair Training, and Marked Vehicle. More Volksgrenadier here for Tonkatsu. There we go, Scout Car there for Angreifen, the M3A1, Lend-Lease provided vehicle there for the Soviet Union, was typically part of their, shall we say, advanced reconnaissance formations to motorize the troops and give it a bit more, well, mobility really. Looks like he's going to focus on the west side here, pushing for the troop on there. Fultering down Sandbags there in the east. Kuban push for the counters there. And Angreifen pulling off a cheeky trick there, trying to block in the Kuban by laying down Sandbags there. Interesting, but in this case, backfires the Sturmpanzer moving to sweep where the comes there with some well-placed firepower. Sandbags in the west being seized. Fix up the Kuban there. Got the curve point, got the point here. M3 1 or 2 straightforward, got the Sturmpanzer there laying down mine, but that's obviously not going to happen here as Angreifen strikes for the Red Army. Kuban quickly falling back on the west side, going for the Cobb and got the Portugal moving in there, going to contest this and prevent here. Angreifen actually cutting off Tonkatsu's precious fuel supplies. Earlier came to deal with the M3A1 since he has gone for Overwatch, but he needs for some, couldn't say, call in some Panzerfusilier, so his best bet in a way is basically to go for the Raketen with hoping to catch the scout codes. Either that or commit to multiple Sturmpionier, though that is not most players, shall we say, most typical choice when it comes to countering the M3A1. But theoretically, Tonkatsu could do so. In the center, we got the Fulton Force, their K-19Ks will do tightly. Kuban in support here. M51 racing down in to pursue the Sturmpionier. Fulton to block. The Raketen for out there for Angreifen. Brings them down here to the M3A1, a light scout car. Pushing forward here, continuing eastwards. Also worth noting the machine gun apparently in the back that could actually be shifted around pretty aggressively, and it was apparently not uncommon for Third Cruise at least to shift that 30 cal in the front towards the front side of the scout car, so they actually have like 2 machine guns pointing forward. So theoretically it could also be equipped with a total of 3 machine guns, but apparently most armies never did. Again, it's that what they just do is use the railing here to swivel the 30 cal there towards the front line to back up the 50 cal. So little interesting bit there in terms of like firepower deployment. More Volkskriegs here for Tonkatsu, committing pretty heavy into the early game. Lots of Volkskriegs, the Kedmev and the Kubwagen here versus Angreifen and his motorized engineer. Silicon lands a great hit in the scout car, combusts. Yuri, too slow to get out there, explodes as well alongside the crew. A nice kill here, going for the cop on as well, a lot of infantry. We've got another scout car with Angreifen. He does not give up here on his motorized madness plans here versus Tonkatsu. Engineers are being slowly got here by the Volksgrenadiers, down to 2 men, 1 man in fact. Scout car almost done. Meanwhile, the west side are getting to grab points here. I don't think Tonkatsu is expecting another scout car because, quite frankly, most players in this situation would not commit to second scout car. It's also worth noting Angreifen actually not commit to any other further forces here, indicating he probably wants to go for Guards Rifle Infantry and doesn't want too much infantry. It's actually a risky strategy in a lot of ways, but on the other hand, if he's going to go for a lot of guard squads and then of course doesn't bleed himself out in the process, it could also, lead to a pretty powerful swing back, since the guardsmen, particularly in larger numbers, can be quite potent. Engineer setting out, he going straight for the full there by the point there. No Jaegers here for Cheese Tonkatsu. So he's getting very close to the guardsman again. He's fighting the manpower. He's got even the munitions ready. So likely going to be some sort of like guards, rifle, infantry heavy strategy here for Cheese. Oh, not for Cheese, for Angreifen. Kuban, they're being pursued here by the scout car. Veterans on getting the Kuban. Scout car's 50 cal just raking through the Kuban. Okay, when they're being pursued by the Gnisi Street there as well. Kuban about to get knocked out. Kaput. You got the battle headquarters up here, and yeah, he's actually risk losing like Kednev at this rate if he's not careful. That'd be a huge win there for Angreifen. And there you go, first guard squad on the way there. It's going to equip most likely with the DP light machine gun upgrade. Battle headquarters being repaired or set up there. There we go, DP's on the way, and I imagine we'll be seeing another guard squad as soon as his cooldown wears off on the first one, and then might even see like a third one, because he's definitely going off the usual meta reservation a bit here with the Surge, I think. Troops reinforcing healing, battle headquarters up. Mechanized command post there for Cheese Tonkatsu, like their flak half track, which can work with the guardsmen, though if there's too many of them in heavy cover, the flak half track will fall short. Sandbags here, thumbs up to Angreifen. We got 488 versus 445, picks up the M31 there when the units started work. Basil going now because he's a good kitty. And very close to the second guard squad again, if that is what Angreifen's planning. We got the first squad holding up in the centre. Saved in the Kuban, thumbs up the Cheese Tonkatsu. Lining up for a bigger push. And he's got mines going down, looking to catch up the scout car here. Trip it up and blow it up. 2 kills, a close veterancy, 2 on the scout car. Guards are flying away, and there you go, second guard squad. So this is definitely a guard strategy here from Angreifen. That's actually pretty rare to see from the Soviets, like see one that specifically seems to be targeting for the guard squad, at which point again, we could actually see a third guard squad here from Angreifen versus Cheese Tonkatsu, which would definitely be a lot of guardsmen. And there we go, also enough minutes to get equipped that with a double DP light machine upgrade. That's going to be then also crucially a lot of light machine guns on top of the anti-tank rifles, which can definitely lay down some serious firepower against Cheese Tonkatsu. Flak half tags on the way there. May even need an MD-34 to really help deal with all these guardsmen, honestly. Heading for the western fuel point, Sandbags down, looking to slow down his opponent's fuel income. Obviously a very sensible strategic maneuver there. Allows him to buy more time for what he's planning here, and it's certainly a bit tricky to see what Angreifen is planning with that many guard squads. Full charge rate then for the A1 here. There we go. Might even see some Pantherfaust off. 9. Bringing it off there. 2 guard squad on the flank here. And again, both equipped with DP light machine guns. I mean, again, they have a lot of firepower at their hands. There you go. Full suffering immediate casualties here. Already down to 2 men, obviously they're at low health, but the guardsmen definitely don't make the job any easier for them. Down to 1 man, almost got a wipe there. Full flank up there. Kednev in a bit of a bad spot as well here. Got the flak half tack moving in, needs something the correct distance. If he sets up too close, the guards will just shoot it to bits, but if he can sort of bait it into the flak half track, there's a chance here that Cheese Tonkatsu could start on guards. So there we go. Straight into the suppressed. There we go. 1 squad suppressed, the other one is still not suppressed. There we go, pen down, there we go. And then pushes them back. The flak after again can work under the right circumstances against all these guardsmen, but one mistake there with Cheese Tonkatsu, and that's going to be a, well, pretty much scrap half track. Troops reinforcing healing here, medics on the way there for Cheese Tonkatsu. And will Angreifen commit to a third guard squad? Having more to really take up. What is Angreifen planning here, of course, is the big question, except again a lot of guard squads. Clearing up the sandbags there, thumbs up to Cheese Tonkatsu, good work. Why do you have to fire at this thing? Couldn't we like just drive over to have someone like tip over the sandbags? Tip over the sandbags? My god. What are you, a savage? 9? Scout car then moving about. Tank command there for Angreifen, at least not committing to a third guard squad. At least not right away. Though he could do it. Cheese Tonkatsu calls me. One going for some tech. There we got a mine golf from the conscripts, killing Boris and Dimitri. Conscript forwards there. Obviously expecting the Kenner, or the guards, or expecting the scout cars killing the Kenner closer to this advanced move here. And he's obviously popping the guards going to the half track, or the scout home to catch down the flak half and deal with it before Chiefs and Katsu can react. So there's a lot there going on over here, a little bit of mind games from the two. And there you go, Thiessen right tank here for Angreifen. Folks being flanked here with the guard squad and the scout come. We got the other engagement from the front. You can emerge there with it to keep it at full strength. So definitely a bit of a tricky situation. There you go. Brandhand gone off and advancing guard squad and conscript. Scout car backing off a bit here for now at least. Grenades off here. Folks being put out and pushed into the open here, making easy targets. Gonna have to merge here, or he needs to retreat. In fact, it might be too. Yeah, it's too late now. He has to retreat the guard squad. If he merges, then he's going to sacrifice the conscript squad in its entirety. Molotov off. Guard squad narrowly survives. That's incredibly close. And there you go. Charging in after against the flag half track. We got the foots nearby camp Pantophils here, but still may not be enough. We've even got overdrive here, but the train is not suitable for direct pursuit. He's still doing a lot of damage to the flag half track. Engineers almost wiped out. Can he get the flag half track safe distance before the guards are out? Oh, he's going to try and pop out. There we go. Gets the scout car, but yeah, he might exit. Oh, it's only abandoned. The flag half track gets knocked out, and Angreifen's motorized drive for this flag half track pays off. That ends up being a pretty good trade here for Angreifen. Now, of course, following up with a T-70. Further throwing Chiefs and Katsu's lines into disarray here. That's the 5th mechanized corps charges ahead here for the Red Army. That was brutal. Troops reinforcing healing here for Chiefs of Angreifen there. Chiefs and Katsu also got healing reinforcement on the base here. We got the truck out there. That'll be the Schwerer Panzer quarters. It does have both fuel points, so theoretically won't be too far from the Panther 4, and Angreifen will not be able to at least immediately fill up on the current successes he's got here with his guard squads and his scout cars and destruction of Chiefs and Katsu's main line. Also, note he was attacking ground around here, imagine hoping to see if we could spot any mines that have been laid down there by Chiefs and Katsu. Didn't want to say blow up more of his infantry. Very sensible concern, obviously. Nothing further going on the base of Chiefs or Angreifen as of yet. Destroying the wreckage there so Chiefs and Katsu can't salvage it. Thumbs up the Angreifen. Very thorough work there. Very thorough. And destroying the sandbags in a very efficient manner there. Mines up. Very good. More sandbags being destroyed again. Angreifen just doing this incredibly thoroughly, ensuring there's no point here that Chiefs and Katsu could utilize against Angreifen in future engagements. More mines. Again, thorough work here by Angreifen. Taking advantage of the map controllers getting there to slow down any counter-attack here by Chiefs and Katsu. Guards are caught out in the open with the Volksgunst and the Sturmpionier. Massive near blob assault here by Chiefs and Katsu. Guards will get wiped out here with a bit of good luck for Angreifen, or bad luck for Chiefs and Katsu. Kennen currently attack here, puts us back, and another Kennen without that, plus a heavy mortar here for Angreifen. That's going to make things very uncomfortable here for Chiefs and Katsu for sure. So here, mortar is an incredibly powerful mortar in the game. The Kennen without there, Schwer Panther quarters up and authorized, not again too far away from the Panther 4 here. Meanwhile, Angreifen is far away from any like armor, so if Chiefs and Katsu gets out, so Panther 4's I think at a good pace here versus Angreifen. I'd say he's got a pretty good chance here nonetheless, despite again, Angreifen's always aggressive presence here. Lots of grenades here. Guard squad almost taken out. But Chiefs and Katsu extending his infantry, risking a wipe here. Very close to wiping machine sitting up there and wiped out the Volksgunst. Great kill here for Angreifen, the Red Army. Heavy mortar caught the MD-34 as well here. Authorization, of course, still done. Got the Eastern Victory Point. We got 462 with 269. I mean, Chiefs and Katsu currently has a huge lead over Angreifen in terms of victory points. Guard squads reinforcing. No merging here, by the way, from Angreifen. No merges whatsoever. They're losing an infantry squad definitely slows down Chiefs and Katsu's ability to pressure Angreifen on the front line. And at the same time, he can't immediately replace it because he wants that Panther out as fast as possible, which obviously makes a ton of sense. Almost got the T-70 with the double kidnappers actually, but narrowly there avoids destruction. And got a little big retreat here, troops heading out there. Very close to that Panther 4 Moldier here though for Chiefs and Katsu. Very, very, very close. As for Angreifen, can soon take up there, but will be still behind an armor. Molotovs off. There we go. At the 14, almost 15-minute mark here, Tonkatsu can go for the Panzer IV Model J, the Panzerkampfwagen The sooner the better on that one, I would say, here versus Angreifen. Need something that pressure Angreifen's infantry aggressively, and of course push back the T-Sun as well there. And it could be that Tonkatsu may be trying to stall for something bigger. No, there we go. Panzer IV on the way, very good. But I wouldn't necessarily recommend it in the current circumstances. And gets a wipe here. Good kill there. What will Angreifen replace it with? If he replaces it at all, against some players, when we sort of hit the mid-game to late-game stage, tend to be less keen on replacing the infantry. But honestly, it is important to have at least a minimum of 3 infantry squads, and typically 4 actually is like what you really want a lot of the time anyways. Especially I find if you're the Soviets, you really want like 3 squads there. Not 4, there's more. But anyways, units being handled with the Schwer Panzer quarters, Panzer IV almost done. Angreifen still away some time away from any armor. We got 401 versus 269. Both fuel points under control of the Angreifen. Both fuel points under control of Angreifen, of course, being a pretty big deal there for him. But the Panzer IV is almost done, and with that, Tonkatsu should be able to turn the field around here. You should also, I think, consider some almost done here, some more elite infantry of his own. I think could put some great pressure there on Angreifen there. Threaten the conscripts, the support, and even the guardsmen. Plus, we're given a fairly decent chance, like maybe wiping out the heavy mortar with a good flank. North guardsmen pressed, but the MD-34 actually backs off. Interesting enough, but there you go. Panzer IV arriving. Pin-up machine on the way there. Now things are heating up here for Angreifen, in particular since he's actually committed fairly heavily into the whole guard strategy, and currently then doesn't have any like other anti-tank weapons. All he has to rely on are the anti-tank rifle of the guard squads, which definitely means there's nothing else to really stop the Panzer IV except, you know, hitting some mines. Plus, he needs to wreck a lot of Angreifen sandbags, but continuing to swiftly cut off territory there. Still, it is a good push here. It is throwing a lot of Angreifen front line in complete disarray there. It is collapsing swiftly, like a dam made out of pudding in an earthquake zone. Seizing points, cutting off others. Neatly blows apart their Boris. Mechanized armor company are ready. We'll have to go. So we'll be issued 5 with the T-35 here. We go for the T-34-6. I think against the Panzer IV model, yeah, he's more inclined to go for something bigger. All of a sudden here for Tonkatsu, plus the light infantry gun. I mean, some artillery is definitely not a bad idea here for Tonkatsu. The heavy mortar does have a slight advantage there, so it's going to be a bit tougher there, but not impossible. He carefully makes sure he doesn't wreck the sandbags. He just spent all that time wiring off. 9 don't wound these sandbags with the 9 to the enemy. Oh my god, the idiots, aren't they? Yeah, we could have just had some Panzer ones and sandbags. But you could clearly see the Tonkatsu going, I can't ruin the effort I just put into all of this. I can't. I must preserve the barbed wire and sandbags. Otherwise my life is meaningless. Still, Tonkatsu with great macro here versus Angreifen. Got the Orbison out there, LMG-34 on the way here. Should be careful getting too static around the heavy mortar, at least until he silenced the heavy mortar and turned it to his own purposes, or destroyed it. We got 355 to 237. Checking for mines as well, I imagine. Okay, I'm moving up here for Tonkatsu. He needs to be careful that he doesn't get a bit too bold with them, since again the hay mortars could quickly like wipe them out and then hand over the Kedmev theoretically here to Angreifen, which would be pretty great for Angreifen, but obviously in return pretty bad for Tonkatsu and the Germans. Panzer avoiding eastwards. Back here, troops reinforcing, healing soon. Tonkatsu on the move here. Panzer IV striking at the sandbag position and sending them packing.
We have 200 points remaining.
200 points left here. Sturmpioneer equipped with a Panther Strike as well. Very good. Thumbs up there. Crashing the sandbags this time around. And the sandbags here have also been ruined despite all of Tonkatsu's hard effort. Somewhere Sturmpioneer is crying. Mines on Infantry steadily advances, very good. Already again looking to make a counter-attack from Tonkatsu, harder to pull off. Landfram and Barney here hoping to catch up some of the Soviets, but so far most of the shots are going fairly aggressively off mark here. Great for Angreifen, less great for Tonkatsu. And we do get a third guard squad out. That is a lot of guardsmen there. Tonkatsu thinks she's just pouring more Panther Force, honest in response to that. Says again, you know, while he needs to be careful, at the same time, they're just also like his best answer in terms of armor versus all the guardsmen. Since they can actually like murder the infantry bunch and that. But there you go. Guard squad caught here, suppressed, pinned down. Tonkatsu strikes here. And we got the H5 tank shot here for Angreifen the Red Army. Full quality with the T-70, taking heavy damage. We've got Fin 55 to 169. Angreifen bleeding out victory points at a still rapid pace here. Needs to stabilize. We've got mines here going down. We've got mines going down next to Angreifen's mines. Panther wing hit there, and the H5's ready to engage. Direct hit here, punch straight for the side armor. Obviously moving forwards here, but they can't deal with the H5. They can't even threaten it. But they can deal with the guardsmen. And there you go, the Kevin integrating the H5 there. Guards go down to almost 3 men. There you go. They're bleeding at a rapid pace. There you go. The Obsman then MD-34 is just utterly annihilating them. On the west side, fuel upon there, at least rendered neutral here, but it's actually backing off, possible to repair stuff. Guards advancing, you need to be careful. Obsman advancing, but need to be careful with those guardsmen, plus of course the heavy mortar. Grenade off there, forcing retreat here on Tonkatsu. The Panther Force doing what it can, but that is, at that state of repair, not a lot. And I think Tonkatsu is actually planning for a Panther here. Yeah, I don't think that's the optimal choice here. Not the optimal choice at all here versus Angreifen. I mean, it's definitely something the H5 excels more against, and it's not great versus all the guardsmen here that Angreifen is quite frankly chucking at Tonkatsu. So I definitely think here that Tonkatsu may want to reconsider his choice of armor. Or at least he's going to need to bring in a lot more Obersoldat to help deal with the infantry and the support weapons. What's called here again, you got a massive guards blob here. We've got smokes on the flank gun. Thumbs up there to Tonkatsu, very good. Definitely helps deny the guards from there. He actually pops grenades into there as a pretty good move there by Angreifen response. Thinking that they would hide in the smoke, he chucks the grenade into the smoke. Hey, mortifying the MD-34, that's going to have to retreat fast before Angreifen mortar turns into a, well, bunch of scrap metal and, well, blistered body parts. Panthers almost done here for Tonkatsu. Heading eastwards with the engineers. So there you go. Panther out here for Tonkatsu, the Panzerkampfwagen 5 Ausführung A. Which was the second model of Panther. There's the Model D, the Model A, and then the Model G. For those noting it's not alphabetical, yeah, I don't know what the deal with that is either, but I'm guessing deception purposes or something else there. There you go, Panther 4 going for the T-70. Gardner suppressing the Panther already. Hits a mine with the Panther 4. He actually risks losing the Panther 4, meaning he's always going to lose his best, you know, of the two tanks' ability to deal with the infantry, meaning he only has the Panther. Obviously, that is a pretty big blow there to Tonkatsu. Great kill there for Angreifen, honestly, since again, removing just the major threats as infantry there is, I mean, just a massive burden moving there for Angreifen's shoulders. And again, it's not like the Panthers like great against the H5 either on its own. We also got the Gatling up the flank here. Situation for Angreifen of Tonkatsu is absolutely horrid. He needs to retreat the Obersoldat before they get wiped. Panther turning around there. No penalty machine gun added. Complete mess here for Tonkatsu. That went all kinds of manners pear-shaped. Did get the T-7 at least with the double cannon. Got a smoke down for line for gun again. Probably saving his Panther here from being shot to bits by the guardsmen. So this is a pretty bad situation for Chiefs and Cuts. It went from like, being a fairly dominant situation to like, well, being a lot more exposed now here versus Angreifen. Going for the T-34-76. Clearly he's not too concerned about the Panther and just knows he can like keep hitting the infantry. The Panther's not going to matter much anyways, so pretty, I think, sharp conclusion here from Angreifen. Got the full screen shouting at the guard squad there, east level. We've got grenades being exchanged, but one only sort of burns, the other actually explodes. And Chiefs and Cutters full screen has paid the price quite dearly for that. More orbs on, though, I think it's a pretty solid idea here, though, for Chiefs and Cutters, as long as it doesn't, like, get them murdered horribly. But again, two LMD-34 teams, they can quickly tear through a lot of infantry fast and support weapons. Hey, Multimeal combining the sharp hunted quarters. They're going to need retreating, need to get the heavy mortar silenced out there. It will take it some time to deal with it, but it's like, it can still do it eventually, so you can't just afford to like sit around there waiting forever either. Orbs on their tank for the center of the country, they're being absolutely mauled here. Angreifen there, they're not able to put up like a speed bump against these orbs of Darden at this point. MD-34 from the west side here. Getting caught here by the T-34 and the guard squad there, full retreat here from Chiefs and Cuts in the face of Angreifen there. Panther's good to go, need to reposition the academy before they get caught and murdered as well. And he should consider adding the pin-up machine gun just to help versus the infantry. It's not going to make it, like, amazingly good versus the guard squads, but, it's still going to make it at least less worse against the guard squads. There we go. Pin-up machine on the way. So we got 272 versus 123. Panther engaged with the guard squads. Pin and MD-34 almost done. More guard squad coming up here. Got the full squads arriving. Go, just tearing apart those soldiers out in the open. Panther moving in here, almost got the machine gun ready, and there you go, full retreat here now from Angreifen in response to this German counterattack on the eastern fields. And there you go, mine goes off, almost got a guard squad there actually with it. Close call, but not quite there. Would have been pretty helpful there for Chiefs and Cuts, though, if he could have removed one of those guard squads. Panther snaps some poor bastard with a 75mm cannon, which was high velocity, by the way. Meaning it had high penetration and also high accuracy, actually. Plus, good range due to the high velocity. West side point being grabbed there with the consequence on the western fuel point. Eastern point being seized as well there. Panther firing away. And we got a heavy mortar. No, holy smokes. Double heavy mortar here from Angreifen. That is definitely going to be a nightmare there for Chiefs and Cuts' infantry. And I think further risk punishing him for going for the Panther. He's going to need a Panther 4 Model J, though. He needs more firepower, and more crucially, he needs something to help deal with those aim mortars. Almost got one active with the light infantry gun, that's pretty good. Ace guards got caught here. Okay, aim mortars being pushed back. Orbs on them, tank through the guard squad. They're about to lose one. They need to retreat the low health one and low numbers one for that matter. Pushing back Angreifen here. A devious counterattack by Chiefs and Cuts. Well, devious and devious. Insidious, perhaps. T-34's just hiding there, hoping that Chiefs and Cuts looks at that fact looks to be the case. Need to treat the orbs are done. Why not retrieve them? Scheiße. And there we go. Graham with the cannon back. Seizing the western fuel point. We've got 247 to 121. And wipe the Orbsland squad there. Brutal. And they drop the LMD-34. That is a huge blow there to Chiefs and Cuts. Massive. To put it gently. And really just highlights how powerful these aim mortars can just get a wipe here and there. Which is again is why I see some players just use them so consistently, because again just set them up and they'll just get your wipe from time to time, at which point they've easily earned themselves in. Plus with 2 it becomes really highly probable you get a wipe here and there. The question is, he's trying to silence the artillery. He's going to go for the strap on quarters. They're going machine gun, which he almost wiped instantly. Bet you 2 again, the one with heavy mortars got 7 kills there. And Panther 4, they're almost done for Tonkatsu. H5 remaining reserve here for Angreifen. Oh dear, the guard squad they got, the LMD-34 as well there. That is an absolute nightmare there for Tonkatsu's men. That means they have, well, a lot of light machine guns now. That's like 2 DP light machine guns and then the LMD-34 on top of the guard squad. That is a lot of light machine guns. Cheers comes to lose ground there. Go veteran in the Panther grouped in there, flanked by the E5. Easy penetrating hit. Panther running here for Tonkatsu to assist. But yeah, the front line is just a mess here for Tonkatsu. An absolute, like, just, you know, victory parade at this point for Angreifen. Bit of a messy victory parade, but you know, nonetheless, he's just advancing steadily forwards. As Tonkatsu is just like trying to inflict some kind of like significant harm here on Angreifen. But it's not particularly easy. Guard squad there being mauled by the attacking Orbital Darden and the Panther grenade off here. Panther in Dyney repairs once more. We got the H-Dawn Pioneers able to assist with that at least. About to lose the Panther 4 here. You should actually pop the blend cover to cover up the Panther 4's escape. Get out of the H5 at the cost of the Panther 4, and I think at this point the issue is just Angreifen can boys do fought at loss, I think, compared to Tonkatsu, because again, he needs stuff that can, like, you know, put consistent pressure on Angreifen's infantry and support weapons, in particular these heavy mortars. Since they are notoriously difficult to kill, in part because they only, like, really need one guy to operate it. Panther Child, unfortunately, is heavily damaged. It's a super risky maneuver here by Tonkatsu, but probably sensing like he needs to do something here. Need to fix up the Panther though, and Schnell. And also should probably just consider grabbing those victory points, starting to back to bleeding Angreifen out here. Angreifen going to go for a T-3045 here, fixing up the Panther, though should be careful about doing it too close to the front line, since, you know, heavy mortars. Another H-fire though for Angreifen, another medium tank destroyer. Halfway to victory to then the Panzerkampfwagen 5. Western victory upon being seized, as you can see, Angreifen guardsmen, they're just victoriously marching up there. Heavy mortars being hauled forwards. No bad feeling about this though for Tonkatsu. I was saying about destroying the Schwab 100 quarters permanently now. That's certainly not going to make things easier for Tonkatsu. About to lose a Cadner for there to Angreifen. There you go. Panther force line gun here actually do some damage as well. Panther very close, 22. Tank destroyer ready here. Gonna hunt that Panther down, and there you go. Comet Blitz to try and finish off the T-34-6. An aggressive maneuver here, but doesn't pan out. Does gain better too, though. Schürzen added. Sturmpineming forts. Hey, mortars caught here, and there you go. Tonkatsu grenade. But he's going to eat the Lancer gun, which just got silenced as well there to clear the map permanently. Otherwise, the Sun grenade matters pretty much not one jot. And really risking the Panther here, plus the cannon crew there against Angreifen. There's definitely a sense here of desperation from Tonkatsu now versus Angreifen. And about get hit by an anti-tank grenade, maybe? No, doesn't have the munitions. Really lucky there though for Tonkatsu. And another truck out, guessing mechanized regiment. Getting some repair ponies is definitely not a bad idea though. Pulled me up here, catching the guard squad there. Quick retreat here. Guard squad here by the MD-34 on the Orbital Darden. Heavy mortars getting ready again here. It's a close call. We've got 177 versus 403. Both sides have their strengths and advantages, but Angreifen feel like just has a lot more firepower. Rudy's going for another Katyusha, making things even more lethal here for Tonkatsu's infantry. And Tonkatsu in response doesn't really have anything that's sort of like, you know, just threaten as much like, you know, near wipes here, and at least double heavy mortars. Repair of mechanized regiment almost done. Need to then research repair pioneers, I guess. If he wants to do that, unless he's playing, say, something like a Stukazafuss, a Puma, or a Lux. Or is he hoping to stall for the King Tiger? I mean, stalling for a King Tiger here, that would definitely not be advisable. That would be a pretty bad idea, I think. Line for gun there lying abandoned. 100 points left here for Angreifen versus the 176 of Tonkatsu. Grenades off, full squad about to get wiped out. Another blow there to the German army. Or is it? No. Apparently it is not. Very fortunate now, pampering forwards. T-35 on the way there for Angreifen in the Red Army. T-35 in the east going for the Kennedy to get the Panther in there to deal with that, I think. 176 was 94. Panther Sturmpion on the prowl. We got Infantry to cover up the flank here. H5 ultimate in here. Orbitals then charging through the center. Grenades off. They're going straight into the hit modifier. Or lightning gunfire landing on the guard squad. Grenades off. They're doing nothing. T-34 there. Backing off already. Very good. Sturmpion around it. It's a complete mess here as Tonkatsu kind of almost like, frantically just slaps around him, hoping to catch Angreifen in the face here. His actions being increasingly, I think, more erratic and scattered without like any particular focus. Panther quickly disengaging, having suffered the next to no damage. That is pretty lucky there. Good hit by the Panther on the T-34 from 6. Bounce. That did not bounce. That did bounce. Lucky there for Tonkatsu. Panther slowly approaching 80 feet. It's down to half health though. We got 169 versus 94. Almost got the T-35. There you go. Panther's almost close to being knocked out here as well. We do get a combat blitz here, but we got the guards on the flank. We got the T-34 from 6. There you go. Like DRing in like this. This low health. The ultimate needs to be shot just to flank it. And with that, the Panther's down. Does get the T-35 fine, but I think it's safe to say investing 2 Panther is not a good trade for T-35. Quite the opposite. That was a good trade for Angreifen. And with that, Tonkatsu now has no armor left. And his opponent still has plenty. He can easily just replace his losses in comparison. Meanwhile, with the loss of the Schwerpunted Quarters, Tonkatsu's ability to replace his armored losses goes down significantly. Further losses inflicted. I think at this point, Tonkatsu has very much lost the match against Angreifen. Always on spot, about to get wiped out. There we go. Another light machine gun dropped here for Angreifen to pick up and turn against him. And there you go. Game over. A loss here for the Germans, victory for the Soviets. A brutal fight here. I think highlighting part just how powerful a lot of the guardsmen can be, but also the power of the heavy mortars. That said, Tonkatsu really didn't, I think, do much favours with his choice of doctrine. It was He actually didn't make much of any use of it. It might have been a misclick there. Definitely should have gone for something else, I think. But I think also the issue is just, again, going for the Panther. It's just like, overall, not a great unit. But also the current situation just really did not warrant it. You should have just pushed out more Panther Force, honestly, here. Versus Angreifen. Again, I think also that engagement loss the first Panther Force was just a rubbish one as well. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. All that. This is Imperial LinkedIn. Cheers. And see you all tomorrow for our last episode. Bye.